and Steubenville Catholic Central Crusaders. Should be a great ball game. WTOV9's Game of the Week. I'm Bill Phillips along with Rich Walensky. And Coach, it doesn't get any better than this. A trip to the semifinals on the line.
Well, I tell you, Central's been here once before, a couple years ago, Bill. I'm sure Coach Bain is trying to impress upon his kids. Let's do something that no Central team has ever done before. Let's win a regional championship and go on to the next level. It's going to be an outstanding ball game. Two really good teams coming off of big wins last week in the first round of the playoffs. So we anticipate that we're going to see a real barn burner here tonight.
Some of the keys that we talked about earlier this evening for Cadiz was to get the ball down the field to stretch out Central's defense. Nash Coleman will start at quarterback for the Cardinals, but Neil McConaughey, strong-arm quarterback, should get some playing time.
I think he will. I watched him in a pregame warm-up. He seems to be okay. Coming into a ball game like this, he may be a little rusty. He hasn't had a whole lot of practice time since the injury, and I'm sure that's why Coach Bazzari has decided to go with the younger quarterback.
Ed Christian, another weapon for the Cardinals, and for the Crusaders, Coach, Ken Richardson and Manilak, the running backs, the two big weapons.
And add to that, Travis Marcino probably having his best game throwing the ball last week against Crestview, was 10 of 15. That adds another dimension to the Central offense. It's going to give Cadiz's defense some problems. And if Marcino can have a good game tonight, as he did last week, and putting the ball in the air, it's just going to give more room for Richardson and Manilak to run the football.
It all adds up to a great WTOV9 Game of the Week. Stay tuned. The opening kickoff and the starting lineups next when we come back. Players ready to prove their skills. This Tom Corab team led by All-Ohio lineman Dave Moitis, running back Mike Mahalik, and a defense that would yield only 4 touchdowns all year. They raced through the season undefeated and captured the AP and UPI Ohio AA state title. The 1971 Crusaders, the dream team that will live on forever.
This Crusader Flashback was brought to you by
Sports Game of the Week, Saturday edition, playoff edition. A great Division IV matchup between the Steubenville Central Catholic Crusaders and the Cadiz Cardinals. Two OVAC teams battling for the right coach to play in the state semifinals.
That's right, and one change I want to make on a statement that you have just made, Bill. It's Steubenville Catholic Central Crusaders. Let's get that right.
I haven't gotten that wrong in a long time, and I know I'm going to get some heat for it.
No, you're not.
Well, the Crusaders have put together a fine season, 2 losses, as have the Cadiz Cardinals. Both teams coming in 9-2. There's Coach Greg Bain for Catholic Central. And he has done a fine job in his first season, Coach.
That's right, and I'm really happy for Coach Bain. His first head coaching assignment, he's done a great job. Ended the regular season 8-2 with a tough loss to Steubenville High School, and then the following week a one-point loss to Belair. There's his nemesis on the other side of the field, Coach Bazzari, Cadiz head coach that has had an awful lot of success at Cadiz in the time that he's been head coach out there.
And this is his first trip to the state playoffs with his Cardinals. The last time these two teams met, you were on the sideline for the Crusaders, a 13-13 tie back in 1979. In your opinion, how have these two teams changed since that last meeting?
I don't think they've really changed a whole awful lot. Cadiz has got real good football tradition, and needless to say, Central does also. The game back in '79 was played in a downpour. It was a very, very bad night weather-wise. It was played by midway through the season. Tonight we have much better conditions. You and I were both down on the field, and the field is a little soft, but from the rain that we had overnight and this morning, but is in really good condition for the weather that we've had. So I don't think that that's going to be a factor in the game at all. Wind will not be a factor. Perfect night for football, and we expect a really good football game between two very, very good, explosive football teams here this evening.
Capacity crowds, folks still filing in, trying to find their seats right now. It is Steubenville Central getting ready to kick off to the Cadiz Cardinals. Back deep for the Cardinals, Ed Christian, number 34. Last week played an outstanding game with a very large knee brace on. This week still has a knee brace on, and Joe Polshaw ready to kick off for the Crusaders. Kick taken at the 15-yard line. And out across the 30 and down at the 35-yard line, and that's where the Cardinals will start On the return, Chris McKeever. Field position for the Cardinals to start offensively. Nolan Nash Coleman, number 14, your quarterback. Krenya is your fullback. Ed Christian, tailback. Lee Tipton, McKeever, and Namath, your tight end. And that is your offensive line, led by Hillegas, the center. Cardinals with a slot. They break it on 1st and 10. First play from scrimmage for the Cardinals. Handoff goes to the fullback. Kernia on the carry. Picks up about 4 on the play. As we take a look at the defense, Treglia Marshall, Dave Stanwyck, Division IV Lineman of the Year, and Bob Mascalino, the defensive line. Linebackers, Richardson, Chapano, Gulatier, and Krager. And Krager is what the person that Coach Mazzari is most concerned with. Yanni, Kalensic, and Gibson are your defensive backfield for the Crusaders. Coach, first play from scrimmage, the Cardinals come up with a little bit of a penalty. Don't want to shoot themselves in the foot.
Well, it's early, and I'm sure they're a little bit anxious. both squads going to have to get those first couple of hits in before they get settled down, Bill. So we don't anticipate that we're going to see too many big mistakes like that, or else these teams wouldn't be here in the first place.
1st and 15 for the Cardinals. Tipton comes in motion. Coleman looking to throw, and he has Ed Christian, and it'll be close to a first down at the 47-yard line. Nice pass, and that Coach, that's what Coach Mazzari had talked about. He wanted to stretch the Central defense out.
This is the one thing that Central had some problems with last week against Crestview, was covering the flat. They're going to have to get much more pressure off of their defensive end, force the Cadiz quarterback to pull up a little bit sooner, not give him that much time to throw. Not really too bad coverage right there, but Coleman did a good job of dropping it in there for a completion.
They do indeed pick up the first down. Handoff goes to Christian. Bounces to the outside, coming up quickly and making the stop for the Crusaders is Anthony Yanni.
Anthony Yanni comes up from his free safety position on this. Christian coming off tackle on a power play. Has a little bit of running room, but good force right there by the free safety coming up, making a good clean hit, holding it to a short gain of about 3.
2nd down and 7 for the Cardinals. Inside Crusader territory, handoff to Christian, and he is swarmed under by a host of Crusaders, led by Dave Stanwyck and Bob Mascalino defensively.
That time, Cadiz came with the tailback counter, both the backside guard and backside tackle both pulling right here, but good pursuit by the Steubenville Central defense. Right side stayed at home. Dave Stanwyck in on a tackle, big number 79.
Bring up 3rd and 7, so no gain on 2nd down for the Cardinals. Coleman rolling to his right. Pump fakes, he tucks it under and fumbles the football, and it'll be Crusader football on the fumble recovery. The Crusaders come up with one. No official indication yet, but it looks like from the indication from the crowd, indeed, the Crusaders come up with a big recovery. Looks like Anthony Yanni got it, Coach.
All right, we're going to see good force this time by the defensive end right there. Number 68 comes up in good shape. That's Brian Treglia. Forces Coleman to pull the ball down. Ball is popped loose by Stanwyck and recovered by Krager, I believe, number 51, inside linebacker from Steubenville Central, and they're in good shape here on their first possession.
Travis Marcino looking to pass on 1st down, and he slips and falls. We talked about the field condition, and as you mentioned, a little bit soft.
A little bit soft, and it shows right there. Travis tried to pull up and was looking for number 82, Coolin, running a deep out pattern.
Coach, a look at the Crusader offense. Marcino, Richardson, Manilak, Gibson, Polshaw, and Coolin, the backs and receivers. The offensive line, Krager, Gulatier, Mascalino, Sweeney, Stanwyck, and Wilson, the tight end. 2nd down and a bunch. 2nd down and 17. Polshaw goes in motion. Little delay to Manilak. Tries to bounce to the outside. Pickup of about 2 on the play. He's taken down by Tom Hillegas. number 55. Struther, Hillegas, Reed, Namath, and Boris. Defensive line, linebackers Cole and Ryder. They will sit in a 50. Coleman, Tipton, McKeever, and Kernia. Gibson in motion. Cool and split right side for the Crusaders. 3rd and 15 on the 40. Marcino back to pass. Looks downfield. He's got Cool and open for a first down inside Cardinal territory.
Bill, I'll tell you, that was a real nice pattern by Central. They put a man in motion, ran him off deep. Coolin, the wide receiver, aligned to that side initially, ran a little in route, found the seam at zone defense. Marcino hit him right between the 8 and the 3, and he takes it up there for the first down. Nice play by the Catholic Central offense.
Coach,
and I'll tell you, that time Cadiz was in an even man front. They were in a 4-4, expecting the pass. They were still able to find the open area.
1st and 10, ball on the 43. Ken Richardson, and he fumbles the football, and it looks like the Cardinals may have gotten the turnover back, and indeed they have. The Cadiz Cardinals get it back after Kenny Richardson fumbles the football. It looked like Tom Hillegas, number 55, comes up with the recovery, and the Cadiz Cardinals stop the drive on the turnover.
I tell you, an awful lot of running room in here for Kenny Richardson. We got a double and a kick out. There it is, and somebody just hits his arm, strips him of the ball after a good gain. Cadiz gets it back, and both teams now have had one big mistake in this first quarter.
7:28 to go, first quarter. WTOV 9 game of the week. Ed Christian for the Cardinals on first down, and he is swarmed under by a host of Crusaders. Maybe a loss on the play.
Bobby Mascalino, number 52, first one on the hit right here. And if Cadiz is going to have any success running the ball, they're going to have to be able to throw it as well, or show Central that they can throw it. They are trying to spread Central's defense out. That time they were lined in twins. This time it looks like they're going to come in wide receivers to each side. Have a little equipment adjustment down on the field.
7:06 to go. Coach, you think those 2 turnovers will get the jitters and the bugs out of the system early now?
I'm sure they will. Just a little fundamental mistake by Kenny Richardson, carrying the ball in the wrong arm. Always should carry it in the outside arm. That time he had it on the inside arm.
Quick pitch to Christian. He cuts it back. Bob Mascalino at the bottom of the pile again for the Crusaders.
Cadiz coming with the pitch sweep into the tight end side. Backside guard pulling, leading with the fullback. Good penetration that time. Bobby Mascalino running to the ball very, very well. He's able to be in on the hit, number 52.
Also coming up, Scott Bloomer, number 32, getting a piece of the action. 3rd down and 6 for the Cardinals. Coleman looking to pass, looks to the flat, and it is incomplete. Intended receiver Lee Tipton had it for just a moment, bobbling the ball. He's knocked out of bounds, and it falls incomplete.
Sprint out into the 2 receiver side. Comes Coleman right here. He's looking all the way to his right. Ball was delivered well. Tipton is juggling it as he's going out of bounds and never does get control of it. Good coverage by that Central defensive secondary.
Ken Richardson on the coverage. 6:09 to go. Bill Phillips along with the coach Rich Walensky bringing you the WTOV 9 game of the week between the Cadiz Cardinals and Steubenville Catholic Central. First punt of the ball game. Low spinning kick comes down at the 45-yard line of Steubenville Central. It's down by the Cardinals. And with 5:59 to go, it'll be Crusader football, 1st and 10. We'll take a break and be right back. Welcome back. And Ken Richardson bounces to the outside on first down. A big gain and a big first down. So it looks like Coach the Crusaders content to keep it on the ground right now.
That's right. The only time they threw was in a 3rd and long situation, and they hit the pass. They want to establish a running game first. That's been the bread and butter of their whole offense all year. Is Kenny Richardson, almost a 1,400-yard rusher over the course of the year. Look for him to get the ball at least 20 times every night. And that time, the left side of that Steubenville Central offensive line did a good job.
Handoff, Manilak, big hole up the middle. He's got a first down and more. So Steubenville Catholic Central on the move on their second possession of the game with 5:20 to go in the first quarter.
Blast play over the right side. Good blocking right here. Good block by Kenny Richardson on the linebacker. Good turnout block. Gives Manilak an awful lot of running room, and he's able to power it into that Cadiz secondary, giving them a first down.
Gibson split left side, Coolin right side. Handoff goes to Richardson. We have a flag on the play, and I believe it'll probably be a motion penalty against the Crusaders.
Have to check it here. It's a dead ball foul. Offside.
Offside.
Somebody lined a little bit too much into the neutral zone that time for Catholic Central. Well, I tell you, that's a tough position to be in. You go from 1st to 10 to 1st to 15, and I know Coach Bain isn't going to be too happy with that, making a mistake like that.
Standing room only, Coach.
I tell you, great crowd here. You know, both communities very well represented, and while we were down on the field, we see a lot of people from Toronto, a lot of people from Steubenville, both Steubenville Central and, of course, Steubenville High School as well. I even saw some people there from Richmond tonight.
4:52 to go in the first quarter. Handoff, Manilak on the trap. He's going to get back close to the original line of scrimmage. Bring up second down, call it a long 10-11 to go for the Crusaders with 4:40 to go to the first quarter. Moving, Coach.
Yes, it is. I tell you, if Cadiz sticks in at 50, you're going to see Central doing an awful lot of trapping. Right there is the trap. Number 66, Rich Galtier, coming across and making a trap.
4:22 to go, first quarter, scoreless ball game. Manilak for the Crusaders carries, bounces to the outside and cuts it back. He picks up about 6 on the play. We'll call it 3rd and 5 for the Crusaders. Stadium holds 7,200, Coach, and it looks like we have a few more than 7,200.
Sure does. Here it is right here. A little bit of sprint draw action. Freddie makes a nice move to the outside. He's a sweet runner. He's very fluid. He just runs without, no effort whatsoever. Does a nice job. Again, good block by Kenny Richardson leading.
Just glides to the hole. 3rd and 4 for the Crusaders. Polshaw in motion. Quick little handoff to Richardson. He's got the first down, breaks to the outside, and a saving tackle.
Chris McKeever.
Chris McKeever, number 8.
Free safety.
Coming up with the tackle.
That time they gave a little pitch action, got the defensive end to widen a little bit, open up a nice running lane in there for Kenny Richardson. Gets a good block from Polshaw, his wide receiver. First down for Catholic Central.
Right now, we're going to take a timeout on the St. John Medical Center scoreboard. Catholic Central nothing, Cadiz nothing. We'll be right back. Playoff edition game of the week. Coach, I've got a question for you. It's always important to get that first score of the game.
Sure.
But in a playoff game, high school kids, high school mentalities, how important is that to a guy on the sideline that might not be in the game? How much does that lift up a kid on the sideline?
Well, I think it's a big lift when you're able to take the ball and move it down the field. Right now, Central's got to be having an awful lot of confidence. They're moving the ball, getting positive yardage on almost every time they're touching the ball. And, if they can take the ball down here and score first, it's going to be a big lift, not only to their offense, Bill, but to their defense as well. And I'll tell you, this is what Coach Bain wants to do, control the football and keep it away from Cadiz.
Cool, and lined up, split right, handoff goes to Richardson, and he is bottled up, and I don't know, maybe the ball squirted loose. Nope, he was just taken down. A good tackle underneath by Tom Hillegas, the nose tackle. He comes up and makes the stop.
Ben Bumboris, number 24, made good penetration that time. Got good blocking at the point of attack, but he goes unblocked and is able to come down, close to the inside, keep Kenny Richardson to a short gain of about 1. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9.
3:03 to go, first quarter action. Handoff. Oh, it's the option, and Marcino decides to keep it. He slips and falls on the wet turf. Coming up for the tackle, Ben Bomboris, the defensive end, and he really played the option well there, Coach.
Played it real well. I think the pitch was there, and if Travis could have that play back, I think that he would have made the pitch, but he got a little bit too close to the defender. And, you know, you try to tell that quarterback coming down the line, if you can read both of his numbers, it's a definite pitch. And that time, Bomboris was just bearing down on him. Travis should have made the pitch, and there was a little bit of running room right there. Could he have made the pitch?
Big play right here, 3rd and 9, 2:24 to go. First quarter, Marcino back to pass, dumps it off to Richardson. He's going to be taken down short of the first down. Coming up and making the tackle for the Cardinals. Coming up quickly, number 6, making the tackle, Mike Chevron.
Here it is. They're trying to flood an area. A little semi-sprint action right here. Travis gets rid of the ball right away to Richardson in the flat. Just not a whole lot of running room right here. It does take it out of bounds and get some positive yardage, but only a gain of about 2 or 3, and it puts Central in a 4th and long situation. And what we were talking about a minute ago, this could be a big lift for Cadiz if they can hold Central right here.
Coolin to the left. Marcino on a timing pattern. Corner to the end zone. Incomplete. It goes incomplete. The coverage applied by John Kernia, and it falls incomplete. So we talk about the confidence swinging back and forth as we take a look at it, and the Cardinals have to be feeling pretty good about their defense.
Trying to run the fade route with Coolin. Coolin made a big catch on a play similar to this last week against Crestview, but the ball is overthrown. Timing just not there, and ball falls incomplete. Cadiz is going to take over deep in their territory, and we'll see what kind of a lift this is for that Cadiz Cardinal football team right now.
Any reason to second guess Coach Bain on not going for the field goal, or do you think it's early in the game you want to take a shot
I think it's early. I think he made a good decision.
Another fumble, and it looks like the Crusaders have it. Indeed they do. So the Cadiz Cardinals can't get on track. The turnovers killing them here in the first quarter.
I tell you, it was just a bad exchange between the quarterback and the center. The exchange was not clean. Coleman just drops the ball right there. And very, very quickly, one of those inside linebackers, I think it was Krager, was able to recover and put Central exactly where they were on their last offensive down. I tell you, but Central has to take advantage of these breaks that they're getting. That's the second fumble that they've recovered now, and they've got to be able to convert. They're inside the 10-yard line, 1st and goal from about the 9.
Minute 15 to go in the first quarter. Still scoreless. Handoff, Richardson. He goes inside. Gain of about 3 on the play. Struggling ahead to about the 5-yard line. Ball be spotted just outside the 5.
Central's in their double tight end lineman, wishbone offense. They bring in another running back, take out their receivers, bring in another tight end, and what they're going to do is basically try to power off tackle, double down, lead with both backs, and they're in 4-down territory, so they're near the 5. It's 2nd and goal.
Dave Namath coming down the line from his defensive end position on the last play. Manilak tries to get outside, and he slips down. So, Coach, we talked about that soft turf. It's not really too wet. It's just a little, it just doesn't hold as well when you're trying to make a cut.
Absolutely right, Bill. And Manilak's coming, trying to run the power off tackle to the left side right here. Backside guard's pulling here. He tries to make a cut right there. Fundamental mistake. Cuts on the inside foot instead of cutting off the outside foot. Feet just came out from under him. Put Central in a 3rd and goal from about the 6.
He had the right hole, though, Coach, as you talked about, a sweet runner. And he just glides that hole, comes up to the line of scrimmage, nothing there, glides to the outside and looks to cut it up. That time he just lost his footing as the quarter is about to come to an end. So it'll be the Steubenville Central Crusaders with a 3rd and 2nd quarter. As we go to a break on the St. John Medical Center scoreboard, it's Catholic Central nothing, Cadiz nothing. And high school football game of the week playoff edition. In East Liverpool, Ohio, I'm Bill Phillips, along with the coach, Rich Walensky, on WTOV9's Game of the Week. And, Coach, we have got us a good one, a quick first quarter, quick first 12 minutes of play, and it's scoreless, but it's been a game of turnovers so far.
That's right.
And not being able to capitalize on.
That's right. Central controlled most of the time of possession in the first quarter because of the turnover situation. Cadiz has turned the ball over twice, but they haven't been able to take advantage of either one of those turnovers so far. They do have a chance right here. They're 3rd down, goal to go from about the 5-yard line. They were down here just a little bit ago and were not able to convert. And they've got to be able to score right here, either a touchdown or a field goal. And they're going to have to do it on this down if they expect to score a touchdown, I think.
Coach, the Cardinals, I know for a fact, take so much pride in their defense that this is a challenge that I'm sure a lot of those guys on the defensive side of the line of scrimmage are really enjoying right now.
I'm sure that they're really fired up. No question about it.
Fake to Richardson. Marcino looks into the end zone, and he's got Manilak for the touchdown.
There's a flag.
But we've got a flag on the play. Coach, you've got better eyes than I do tonight. Got your bifocals on, I guess.
I tell you, I wouldn't be surprised if they call an illegal pick here. I just got a feeling.
And it is indeed going to go against the Crusaders. So a tough break for the Crusaders as
they're calling an
Manilak.
ineligible receiver downfield.
We'll have to take a look at that on the replay if we have it. Ground level replay, going to be tough to pick anyone out on that one.
I tell you, I don't see anybody
I don't see a
ineligible
lineman
downtown.
either.
And I don't see how this guy could call an ineligible receiver downfield. He's the back judge.
Interesting call. They're talking it over right now with the Cardinals, and I would think they wouldn't have a tough time deciding what they want to do. You know, you either give them the touchdown or you take the penalty. That's not a tough choice.
No, it's not a real difficult choice to make, that's for sure.
That's a big one. That's a 15-yard job.
Loss
the
of
Cardinals.
down. And it's also a loss of down, Bill. And I'll tell you, that's one of the most stringent penalties in football is an ineligible receiver because it's a penalty plus loss of down. So it's 4th down.
Head coach Greg Bain talking with Coolin. Mike Coolin down on the sideline asking what happened on the last play. Not happy about it, but the Crusaders, a tough penalty, 4th and 20. Marcino looking to the end zone again for Manilak, and it's almost picked off by McKeever, but it falls incomplete, so the Cardinals dodge another bullet, and they will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
There it is. They're just trying to hit the seams in that zone defense of Cadiz. They bring Manilak out of the backfield. Ball is well thrown right here, but it's just a little overthrown and could have been intercepted. But the ball just falls incomplete, and I'll tell you, Cadiz dodges another bullet and a change of quarterback, Bill, for Cadiz.
Neil McConaughey, a strong-arm quarterback. This kid can throw the football. Handoff to Christian, and he is taken down in the backfield, coming in quickly. Bob Mascalino, and he is making a name for himself right here in the first quarter.
We've called his name several times right here. They're trying to isolate on him, and he fights off the blocker and is able to make a big hit for no gain. Actually, Christian lost about a half yard on that, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Neil McConaughey missed the first-round playoff game with a badly pulled hamstring. He also took a helmet shot to the back of that same leg late in the season. So he has had a tough time with his leg, but he's in the ball game now on the carry. Kernia on the carry, excuse me. And he is stopped for no gain, so it'll remain. He picked up about a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Cardinals.
Big Dave Stanwyck on the hit that time. And I'll tell you, if Cadiz is going to have any success offensively, they better have something else in their offense from the tackles on out, because Central's defense inside is very difficult to run against.
McConaughey back to pass. He's got a man open and complete at the 40-yard line. And calling it in, Lee Tipton. It's a 1st down and a big completion for the young quarterback, Neil McConaughey, who comes in. Coach, we said he could throw the football, and that's a great example. Just quick little roll to his left and a beautiful pass.
Sure is. And Tipton gave him the signal with the hand when he was going to make the cut. The ball is delivered on the cut. Tipton makes a nice catch right here and is able to take it up for the 1st down, and Central better find another way to cover twins.
Quick draw. Christian bounces to the outside, and a shoestring tackle by Bob Mascalino, number 52, and he is having a huge first half.
I tell you, he's a real strong kid. Plays off his blocks well. They got Stanwyck turned out right here, but Mascalino comes off of his block and is able to make the tackle on Christian before he's able to get started. Holds him to about a 2-yard gain, going to bring up 2nd and 8.
10:05 to go, first half of the ball game. WTOV 9 high school football game of the week. And we have a flag on the play, maybe a delay of game.
I think that usually denotes somebody's moving prior to the snap on the Cadiz side of the ball. Procedure. How do I know these things?
Did you coach at one point?
Somewhere along the line, like in my other life before I was reincarnated as a high school administrator.
I'll tell you what, and You've got your bifocals on tonight.
I got them on tonight.
You're picking up some numbers and some calls.
I think it's the accoutrements here in the press box that really help me to pick out these little things, Bill.
No comment. 9:57 to go in the first half. 2nd down and 12 for the Cadiz Cardinals. An important drive, Coach. Just hang on to the ball.
Let's see if they put it up this time. Little belly.
Hey, back to pass. Just going to dump it off to Christian, and he wanted to run. And the ball goes incomplete. A good play by Ken Richardson to pick it up. You never know if it's going to be called a lateral.
That's right.
Ball's incomplete.
Anytime those little flare swing passes are thrown, it's you always want to get on when the ball is dropped because you don't know if it's. I'll tell you, that looks backward to me.
Yeah.
It might be the angle of the cameras, but boy, I tell you, that looked like a backward pass to me, and very possibly could have been a lateral. But they called it a forward pass, incomplete. 3rd and 12.
9:40 to go, first half. Slot formation for the Cardinals. Little trick play from the Cardinals. Tipton looking to pass, getting some backside pressure from Stanwyck, and he will pick up a few yards, but he will not pick up the first down. And the Cardinals dusting off a trick play, a little reverse and option pass. But good play by the Crusaders to stay disciplined defensively.
Belly fake to Christian off the blast, and a pitch to Tipton coming off his slot position. He's looking for the tight end. Almost loses the ball right there. And good defensive pursuit by that Steubenville Catholic Central defense. Dave Stanwyck putting on the initial pressure.
As you watch the play develop, it looked like Dave Namath, the tight end, may have been open very, very early. And a bad snap. Tipton back to snap. He'll pick it up. He's going to try to get it away and does. A great play by Tipton. And it will bounce.
Okay, there's the flag.
Come down at the 40-yard line. We have a flag on the play. And it looked like a Crusader and a Cardinal collided. Now, I don't know if that was a return man and he was in position to make a fair catch or if he made the contact with the Cardinal.
I think they're going to call this on Cadiz for not giving the punt returner from Central enough room to catch the football. Back there was number 14 for Catholic Central.
That's exactly what they called, Coach.
It was Mike Orlando trying to field it. Here it is from the beginning. The ball way over the head of Tipton.
Great play. Great play.
Did a great job getting the ball.
Didn't panic.
And kicking it here. And I'll tell you, got off a heck of a kick under the circumstances. Now, as we see the ball come down, right there, you'll see Orlando trying to come up and field it, and the Cadiz defender runs right into him. It's a 5-yard penalty against Cadiz.
Penalty is declined by the Crusaders. Now, would that have been 5 yards and they would have kicked it again?
No, I thought that would have been 5 yards from the spot.
They declined it.
They sure did.
Aaron Talensik came over and talked with head coach Greg Bain, and he made the indication not to take the penalty. So the Crusaders decline the penalty, and they take over 1st and 10 on their own 41-yard line. Handoff, Richardson.
Nowhere.
Pile up at the defensive line. Tom Hillegas at the bottom of the pile, the nose guard. He's played a pretty good game so far as well.
I'm sure the Central coaches in the box, Bill, are going to pick up pretty soon Cadiz's coverage of Central's twin formation. I think that they can go to the twins with the passing game whenever they want to because of the coverage that Cadiz is giving them over there. So we'll see. We'll see if that happens as the game develops.
Option left side, Richardson. Big hit, big collision in the defensive secondary.
All right,
Kernia coming up and meeting
Richardson. Von Boris did a good job again. He does a nice job of playing the option, and Kernia does a good job of coming up from a safety position as a safety should do. Here's the pitch. Looks like he has a little running room, but here's Von Boris running well to the ball as the first one there, and then Kernia comes up to clean up.
Big collision.
Good job of defending the option by Cadiz.
Gibson side. Coolin split right side. Gibson comes in motion for the Crusaders on 3rd and 3 with 8 minutes to go in the half. Handoff to Richardson. He's bottled up by a host of the Cardinals, and he won't come up with a first down.
Okay, Cadiz is really tough inside. Those are some real hard yards that Richardson is trying to get. They're just all over him, and they're really jamming him up inside. not a real clean exchange on the quarterback center exchange. And I'll tell you, just a host of Cadiz people right there to make the hit, led by number 89, Dave Namath.
Very impressed so far with the way both teams pursued the football, Coach. Namath coming in, whoa, and he is upended as the kick gets away by Richardson and bounces at the 30-yard line. It'll be down there by the Crusaders, but Dave Namath came in and he took a flip head over heels trying to block the punt. 7:25 to go in the first half. We take a look at the scoreboard. Catholic Central nothing, Cadiz nothing. We'll be right back after this. Players ready to prove their skills. This Tom Corab team led by All-Ohio lineman Dave Moitis, running back Mike Mahalik, and a defense that would yield only 4 touchdowns all year. They raced through the season undefeated and captured the AP and UPI Ohio AA state title. The 1971 Crusaders, the dream team that will live on forever.
This Crusader flashback was brought...
POV9 game of the week. Bill Phillips along with Rich Walensky, and it's the Cadiz Cardinals and the Crusaders of Steubenville Central locked up in a scoreless ball game. Handoff.
Ball's loose.
And we've got another fumble by the Cardinals. And was that a beanbag or a flag that just got thrown into a pile?
Sure looked like a flag flying in there to me, Bill. No, I guess it was a beanbag. They spotted the fumble with the beanbag.
Okay. 2nd down and 7. Pick up a 3 for the Cardinals.
There's Kernia, big, strong fullback. Ball pops loose right there. Somebody came up, put a hat right on it. Ball pops loose, but Cadiz is able to recover after a gain of about 2.
Second down and 7 for the Cardinals. McConaughey back to pass, and Dave Stanwyck wraps him up and takes him down for a 5-yard loss.
I tell you, Stanwyck beats Jesse Kosegi right here. I tell you, Stanwyck, a big, strong kid. Right there is right on McConaughey before he can even cock his arm. Sacks him for a loss of about 7. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 15.
Ball spotted on the 27-yard line. Shotgun formation. Quick handoff inside for a short gain, maybe 4 on the play. Kernia on the carry.
You know, Bill, I'm surprised we haven't heard Christian's name called a little more often from the tailback position. He has nice size, pretty good speed, and we haven't seen him handling the ball much during this first half.
Well, Coach, late in the season, he banged up a knee pretty good. He was wearing a knee brace last week. He's in on the punt formation. Maybe the knee's not feeling too good tonight.
Very possible.
Tipton with the kick, gets it away, end-over-end kick taken at the 40-yard line, out across midfield on the return. For the Crusaders, Mike Orlando coming up with a 12-yard return, and the Crusaders will take over 1st and 10 inside Cardinal territory.
Does a nice job of getting the ball away.
Bad job of acting.
Orlando right here, fields it cleanly, finds a little seam right here, is able to take it up, gives Central pretty good field position on Cadiz's side of the 50.
Marcino rolling to his right, looks downfield. He's got Coolin open at the 35 and down at the 32. Taken out of bounds by Tipton, and it's a 1st down for the Crusaders.
And I'll tell you, Kernia, the coverage man for Cadiz that time, slipped and fell just as the ball was delivered, and Coolin was wide open running an out pattern, and Marcino sprinting into that 2-receiver side.
Good tackle by Tipton. Keeps his head on the right side of the player. Drives the shoulder through and knocks him out of bounds. But it's a 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line for the Crusaders. Slot formation to the right side. Coolin and Polshaw, we have flags all over the place.
I think this will be against Central.
Early in the ballgame, Coach, the Cadiz Cardinals really hurt themselves with some key turnovers, but the Crusaders have hurt themselves with penalties.
That's right. This is the 2nd time that they're going to be in a 1st and 15. Mascalino moving before the snap. They're going to be running a trap play to the left, and Bobby just starts a little before the snap.
The biggest penalty so far for the Crusaders came on a touchdown pass from Marcino to Fred Manilak. It was called back. Ineligible receiver downfield. Right now, 1st and 15 for the Crusaders. 4:50 to go in half, and Marcino wants more. through the air. He's got Coolin wide open at the 27, and he's down inside the 25-yard line. Coolin and Marcino, the combination for the last 2 weeks for the Crusaders.
I tell you, Bill, Cadiz has got to move another man over to cover their twins. They cannot cover them with 2 defenders. You got to cover twins with at least 2.5 defenders, and if you can, with 3. And right here, Coolin is just getting behind the strong safety. That's Kernia, and he just drops the ball in there.
What's a half a defender?
Well, they have to move the free safety over so that he's playing in that half of the field instead of this half of the field.
Okay. Richardson on the carry, dives straight ahead on 2nd down and 2, and it looks like he has a first down. Maybe close enough where they might want to measure it. Up, he has it. So 1st and 10 for the Crusaders at the 21-yard line of the Cadiz Cardinals. Still scoreless. 4:35 to go in the first half on the WTOV9 Game of the Week playoff edition. Cadiz Cardinals and Steubenville Central Crusaders. Handoff to Richardson.
Hard yardage.
He's bottled up after a couple. I just wanted to make sure you knew what your half defense. I didn't want you to confuse anything.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be so confusing. We Polacks have a tendency to do that sometimes. We not only get confused, but we confuse people too. There's Kenny Richardson with a power-off tackle, and Kenny, a good north and south runner, real strong runner, is able to power it up for a good gain of about 4. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 6.
Coach, I didn't realize you were Polish.
Oh, yes. Can't you tell by my good looks?
Yes. I'm not going to get into that. Richardson on the pitch, gets outside and inside the 15-yard line. Coming up and making the tackle, Justin Ryder, number 58 for the Cardinals.
Belly option right here. Pitched maybe a little bit too quick. He has to threaten that defensive end a little bit more right there. And Cadiz recovers in real good shape. And I'll tell you, the option is just not there for Central.
Cadiz has done a good job with their defensive ends crashing down on that option.
Sure
Marcino might be tired of taking a hit.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Gibson goes in motion to the left side. Coolin split right side for the Crusaders. Handoff to Richardson. Straight up the middle. He'll have a first down at the 10-yard line. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Crusaders with 3:03 to go in the first half.
Well, this is where it's been tough for Central. They've been down here. They've been down here 3 times and haven't scored yet. So they're inside the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal after a real strong run by Richardson. And give credit to that offensive line from Central on that left side. That's Brian Krager, Rich Galtier, and Dan Sweeney doing a good job.
Polshaw split left side. Coolin right side. Handoff. Manilak down inside the 5-yard line, vaulting over the line of scrimmage and diving inside the 5.
Well, I tell you, those two guys complement each other so well. Richardson, a real strong north and south runner. Manilak, a little shiftier, is able to change directions quickly. Makes a nice move right there and gets a good solid 5-yard gain. 2nd and goal inside the 5.
Bloomer, Yanni, and Marshall check into the ball game for the Crusaders. 2nd down and goal from the 5. Handoff Richardson, and he is stopped just short of the goal line. Justin Ryder, the middle linebacker, coming up and plugging the hole just before Richardson reached pay dirt on 2nd down.
I tell you, the right side of that offensive line got a good push that time against Cadiz's goal line defense. And Richardson just turned away around the 1-yard line. Here it is right here. Got a good push. His body's moving backwards. And he's on about the 1, 3rd and goal.
Coach, play action pass into the wide side of the end zone.
No, they're going to run it. Off tackle to the right.
Handoff, Richardson, touchdown, Crusaders!
That time, Bill, they came unbalanced to the right, give him another blocker over there. And I'll tell you, he just runs through 2 defenders, takes it into the end zone for the score. Good run by Kenny Richardson. Good blocking by the Central offensive line, and a good call by the Central coaches in the box.
Mike Kuzakowski, number 22, in to attempt the extra point. Polshaw will hold. Snap is good. Spots good. Kick is up, and it is good. So the Steubenville Catholic Central Crusaders, with 1:40 to go in the first half, strike first. Our score on the St. John Medical Center scoreboard: Catholic Central 7, Cadiz nothing. We'll be right back after this. Ohio, the site for this week's second round and regional final of the Ohio Division IV state playoffs between the Cadiz Cardinals and the Steubenville Catholic Central Crusaders. A minute 40 to go in the first half. WTOV 9 playoff edition game of the week. Bill Phillips along with the coach, Rich Walensky, and coach. 7-0, and the Crusaders had 3 opportunities, and they finally cashed in the third time.
That's right, and it was real important for them to score right there, because I'll tell you, had they not been able to score, Bill, I think that would have been a big blow to their confidence offensively. As I said earlier, they were down there twice before and were not able to convert. This time they were able to. So, you know, that puts them in a real good, strong position, because they're playing real solid defense. And if Cadiz wants to get back into this game, Coach Bazzari has got to give McConaughey the green light to throw the ball a little more often.
Now, for the Cardinals defensively, they still have to be feeling pretty good about the job that they have done.
Sure. Because Central has controlled the game most of this first half, and they're only up by 1 score.
Polshaw on the kickoff comes down to the 25-yard line, taken there by Kernia. He's out across the 35, still on his feet at the 38. Whistles blow, and he will be spotted down at the 38-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals with a minute 30 to go in the first half.
It's a line drive kick. Kernia, one of the up-backs, fields it cleanly. Just takes it straight upfield. And number 33, Eric Chapano, is going to be the one that's going to grab onto him here. Chapano, just a little guy. Kernia, a big guy, can hardly get his arms around his waist, but does stop him. Cadiz 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun.
McConaughey with the green light to throw. He goes downfield to Tipton. Oh, and he's got some running room. Breaks through traffic. He's gone. Touchdown, Cadiz Cardinals. No flags on the play. Coach, you wanted him to give him the green light. He did, and he strikes in a big way with a minute 3 to go in the half.
Well, I'll tell you, he throws a beautiful ball right here. Tipton is going to curl up about 15 yards downfield. Right here, he's running a little en route. Gets the ball, shows good speed here, some good open field running, a great block. He picks up. That's the one that springs him, and he goes the distance. And I'll tell you, that is exactly what the doctor ordered for Cadiz.
Great block. Chris McKeever coming back on the block to spring Lee Tipton. What a fantastic play by the Cadiz Cardinals. Coach, you said the one thing head coach Chuck Bazzari had to do was give McConaughey the green light to throw. And I'll tell you what, I have talked about this kid's arm from the time I saw him for the preview package at the beginning of the season. And he's just impressed, and he continues to impress. He's just got a rifle for an arm.
I tell you, he has no pressure whatsoever. Good blocking by the Cadiz offensive line. Threw a beautiful ball, as I said, and Tipton has great speed and just breaks it and takes it all the way for a touchdown. I don't know what the distance was on that, but it had to be around 70 yards, I would imagine. And Cadiz converts, and we got ourselves a ball game.
Coach, minute 3 to go. We are in for a great ball game. It's been a great first half. Excitement. There's been turnovers, penalties, great big plays from both teams. And what more could you ask for in a playoff game?
I tell you, 2 really good football teams. And, you know, if Central's defense has an Achilles tendon, it's got to be their pass defense. Steubenville High School was able to take advantage of that for the win. Matt Shepard had a big touchdown reception against them. And then, of course, the following week, Chad Magistro had a big game against them and beat them 21-20. So I'll tell you, Coach Bain at this point has got to be somewhat concerned about Cadiz's ability to throw. And we may see a little bit more of that shotgun offense from Cadiz as the game progresses.
I want to remind everybody to stay with us at halftime. My favorite part of the game, or one of my favorite parts of the game, I should say, the Battle of the Bands. Cadiz Marching Band and Steubenville Central Marching Band. And we have got one heck of a high school football game for you. Minute 3 to go in the first half. Cadiz 7, Central 7. A fantastic ball game in the region finals, Division IV Ohio High School State Playoffs. Spinning kick will be recovered and downed at the 25-yard line for Central. So the Crusaders will have 59 seconds to work with to try to put another score on the board here in the first half.
Let me ask you a question, Bill. What do you think? You think Central's going to go to the air, or are they going to be satisfied to go in 7-7 and just try to run out the clock?
I think they'll go up on maybe first or second down and see if they can get something started. If it works for them, they'll try to put one in. If not, I think they'll just be happy to run out the clock.
It's that twins formation again. Draw.
Richardson on the draw. Well, after that play, I'd say they're just going to be happy to go in at halftime tied up with the clock now down to 30 seconds.
Well, they're in their hurry-up
offense.
Here's the draw. Not much room to run. Number 89 comes off his block. Dave Namath's real good shape.
Marcino looking to pass. Quick little look to Gibson on the far sideline. Goes out of bounds, a little bit too tall.
Okay, this puts him in a precarious position now. It's third down. The clock is stopped. They've got about 7 or 8 yards to go for the first down. So we'll see if Coach Payne decides to go up with it to try to get the first down.
If they run the ball quick stop, Cadiz calls a timeout, and they still force him to punt.
That's right. Cadiz has another opportunity with the football. That was a key play right there. Had they been able to complete that and get close to the first down, they would not have been in such a precarious position as they're in right now.
Third down, handoff, Manilak trying to get outside. He has a first down. The clock will stop as they move the chains, and they're still in the hurry-up offense. They going to launch one long, Coach?
I think they'll try to throw along the sideline somewhere to get it upfield and stop the clock. Look for Polshaw in an out pattern here.
12 seconds to go in the first half, down to 10, inside 10 now as the clock runs. Quick little out to Polshaw, and he will be knocked out of bounds at the 50 with 2 seconds to go.
I wouldn't be surprised to see if they go deep. Here it is on a replay. Polshaw set as the wide receiver, 3-step drop, little out pattern, giving him plenty of room. He's going to take it up. First down is not going to beat you, and that's what Coach Bizzarri is telling his defensive backs. First downs won't beat us. I don't think the Marcino really has the arm to throw a real deep ball right here, so I wouldn't be surprised to maybe see him come with another draw, maybe a screen pass right here.
Coleman and McKeever on the last stop. Marcino back to pass, slips, steps up in the pocket, and he's taken down. Coming up with the stop,
Marshall Struther.
And we go to halftime on the St. John Medical Center scoreboard. Catholic Central 7, Cadiz 7. We'll be right back with a battle of the bands. Poole, Ohio for second half action in the Ohio Division IV State Region Finals between the Cadiz Cardinals and the Steubenville Central Crusaders. Our score at halftime, 7-7. The Cadiz Cardinals and the Central Crusaders all tied up. And Coach, I'll tell you what, the Crusaders really dominated the stats in the first half. Kenny Richardson rushing for 59 yards on 15 carries. Fred Manilak 46 on 7 carries. Marcino 5 of 8 passing for 61 yards. So 25 rushes for 88 yards and 7 first downs, while the Cardinals were held to just 22 yards on 13 carries, but 3 of 5 passing for 100 yards. The big one, the touchdown that tied it up. But really the first half story had to be the turnovers that weren't converted into points by the Crusaders.
That's right, and I'm sure Coach Payne is thinking that, well, I hope those don't come back to haunt us, here in the second half when we couldn't convert, when we, recovered fumbles in good field position. Central is going to, I think, receive the ball at the beginning of the second half here. They kicked at the beginning of the ball game, so we'll see if they can get something going, move the ball downfield. They've had some success in the first half, as you pointed out, Bill, so eloquently, that according to the statistics, Central controlled the game pretty much in the first half, but Cadiz big play potential, the long pass from McConaughey to Tipton for the touchdown on the first play after Central had scored. And that's about where we stand right now at 7-7.
Talking with Coach Bizzarri earlier in the week, he said that the key to this one, if there was a key, was for his offense to be able to stretch out the Central defense, because Central's defense pursues the ball so well, and if you just try to jam it in there running the ball, you're not going to have much success. And he wanted to stretch the field out, and McConaughey gives him that possibility. Hits Tipton for the long touchdown pass, And that's exactly what that does.
And of course, McConaughey did not start the ball game, and had they been successful with their young quarterback in there, I'm not so sure that we would have seen McConaughey unless you know, Central would have been able to put 2-3 scores up on the board. But you know, Coleman got off to sort of a rocky start. There were a couple fumbles when he was in there, and of course, the one that got him out of the ball game was the fumble on the exchange that eventually led to Central moving the ball down, and but still not being able to score on that possession.
One of the stories one would have to ask after the first half would be, oh, and Coach, we're on. We're in the press box. My wife's standing back there against the back wall. Jennifer wearing her Miami jacket. I have mine on. Of course, the Hurricanes coming up a big winner against #1 Florida State. Well, now it's #1 Miami, and I know your Penn State Nittany Lions come up with a big win over the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame today at Happy Valley.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Bill. But what were you saying prior to that?
We were going to say, before Tim McCoy got the shot up into the press box, was the story of Ed Christian. Everyone came in looking for Christian, the big running back from the Cardinals, to be the key to that offense today. And so far, he really hasn't done anything. They pitched the ball a few times, bottled him up, and then you didn't really hear from him the rest of the half.
That's right. He has not been a factor at all in the first half. Kernia, their fullback, has gotten a call more often than what Christian has. And I'm not so sure whether we're going to see Christian getting the ball an awful lot more unless Cadiz can continue to throw the ball effectively. And if they're able to throw the ball, unlike what Central is trying to do, establish the run so that they can throw, what Cadiz is going to do, I think, here in the second half is throw the ball to open up the running game.
Well, if the second half is anything like the first half, we are in for a fantastic 24 minutes of high school football. As we get ready to kick things off here in the second half, we're all tied up at 7 apiece. The Cadiz Cardinals 7, Central 7. Central to take the second half kickoff, a squib kick.
Ball.
It's a live football, and it looks like the Cardinals have recovered on an onside kick. And no indication yet. They may have recovered out of bounds, and it would go back a penalty on the kickoff. So let's find out exactly what they rule. Conversation on the far sideline. A first down marker has been placed, and it looks like they recovered out of bounds because the Cadiz Cardinal kicking team is walking back.
They'll have an option here, Bill, to either have Cadiz re-kick or take the ball, I think, on
the 37. I'd take the ball on the 37. It's a pretty good field position.
Sure, and I think Kenny Richardson is going to refuse it.
Close call for the Crusaders starting the second half. As a kick, they just wanted to keep it away from the dangerous deep man of Central, and the ball, no one played it for the Crusaders.
No one played it, I'll tell you. Central was very, very slow trying to recover the football, and the Cadiz Cardinal was there on it first, but unfortunately for Cadiz, the ball was recovered out of bounds, so Central's in real good field position to start this second half.
Michael Coolin, number 83, split wide left for the Crusaders. Gibson split wide right as they start 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line here in the second half. Marcino goes up top, and he finds Coolin close to first down yardage. Spins, he loses the football, and the Cardinals do indeed get a break to start the second half. They almost had the onside kick. They get a recovery of a Coolin fumble at midfield, and they take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
But I'll tell you that Cadiz secondary is giving those Central wideouts an awful lot of room. Right here, Marcino throwing an out pattern to Coolin. Ball is completed, a good catch right here. Now he's going to get hit. He's going to try to struggle for some extra yards. And right there, the ball is stripped away by number 14. That's Nash Coleman.
Nash Coleman got the start at quarterback. He's been replaced, but he is playing a fine defensive football game. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Neil McConaughey, the quarterback. Handoff. Ed Christian bounces outside for 5 and struggles down for a little bit more. And some good hitting out on the football field. And we have an injured Cardinal on the field. Down on the field, number 21 for the Cardinals.
This is Christian on the blast play, Bill, and finds everything jammed up off tackle. He bounces it to the outside and is able to get some good positive yardage on first down. The Cadiz Cardinal that is down is number 21, Larry Dennison, tight end, junior, and we certainly hope that he's not seriously hurt.
Looks like he injured Looks like they're looking at his
Right.
left leg.
His right leg, I think.
Right leg?
Yeah.
No, left leg.
No, his left leg is over here.
That right leg.
Did you get your degree from Miami, Bill?
Hey. 11-11 to go.
Next week we're going to work on the difference between right and left, Bill.
You know what happened? The magic marker that I usually put on my left and right hands rubbed off, and as I try to figure out what is left and right, we're going to take a timeout on the St. John Medical Center scoreboard. Catholic Central 7, Cadiz 7. We'll be right back. Trainers and doctors. On first down, Ed Christian picked up 5 yards, and it brings up 2nd down and 5 for the Cardinals inside Crusader territory with 11:03 to go in the 3rd quarter. McConaughey back to pass and overshoots Tipton, and it'll bring up 3rd and 5.
I'll tell you, on that pattern, Kenny Richardson, corner linebacker, has to really work real hard to get underneath that outcut. He's got to get a little more depth and a little more width. That time he was in pretty good shape, forced McConaughey to deliver the ball high and wide for an incomplete pass, going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Tipton split near side, McKeever split far side, 3rd and 5 for the Cardinals. Christian is your tailback. Draw to Christian. The Crusaders read it well. Coming up quickly, it looked like Gullatier.
Rich Gullatier, that's who was on the hit that time, inside linebacker. Cadiz looking for the draw, trying to cross up that Central defense. But Central was there to answer the call. Here it is right here. Good handoff. Christian makes a nice cut right here, but just too much penetration. Going to have to turn those defenders out a little bit more and stick with their blocks if that's going to be a successful play.
Good snap. Tipton back to punt for the Cardinals, and a nice kick. And a fair catch called for at the 15-yard line, but the ball is allowed to bounce down to the 11-yard line. So the Crusaders will take over 1st and 10 from their own 11-yard line with 10:13 to go. It'll be the Crusaders taking over, and we are still tied up 7-7, Coach.
Okay, a big switch in field position there. As you'll recall, Bill, Central started the opening drive of this half on their own 37. Now they're starting their 2nd possession on their own 11-yard line. So Cadiz gains about 26 yards on that exchange.
Manilak, your tailback. Richardson, fullback. Gibson goes in motion. Coolin split wide right side. Manilak taken down. Nice open field tackle coming up quickly.
Okay, nice play by the nose guard also. That's number 33, Marshall Struther. Watch him come off the block of the center. And if he's playing that well, then what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to start double teaming him and to keep him away from making that much penetration.
Ben Bonboris, the defensive end, gives himself up nicely just to clog the hole. He takes on Richardson, just creates a pile and doesn't allow Manilak to cut it inside, forcing the play to the outside, and the other Cardinals there to mop things up. Marcino looking for Coolin. It goes out of bounds, incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd and 11 for the Crusaders with 9:15 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Okay, Travis on a sprint out right there, and he's got to get his feet set a little bit more. Coolin trying to run the inside out route. He was the inside receiver. They're pushing off and trying to run Coolin on the out route. And I'm sorry, they were trying to run him on the out route. And good coverage by the strong safety for Cadiz. That's number 11, John Kernia, got underneath that well and was able to take it away, force the ball to be thrown out of bounds.
Gibson checks into the ball game and goes in motion for the Crusaders. Out Polshaw. Split backs. 3rd and 11 for the Crusaders. Marcino looking downfield, and it's incomplete. Intended receiver Fred Manilak on the coverage.
Trying to circle Manilak out of the backfield, down the sideline.
Nash Coleman on the coverage.
Good coverage right here. Nash Coleman widens immediately as he sees Manilak coming out, and good coverage all the way, and the ball is thrown away for an incomplete pass. Going to bring up 4th and about 11. Okay, it's going to be declined. There's an illegal procedure penalty against Central. Bring up 4th down, and Cadiz should get some real good field position on this punt. They should have the ball on the Central side of the 50.
Do you go after the punt, or do you let them kick it away and try to get the field position?
I think you let them kick it away. I don't think Cadiz is going to take a chance here of roughing the kicker and giving Central the opportunity to maintain possession. And Central has to be in a tight punt formation right here to give their punter adequate protection in this dangerous area.
Bad snap, nicely fielded by Polshaw, and a pretty good kick, getting it away. Taking it is McKeever at the 40. He goes backwards and loses 4 yards on the play. Coming downfield quickly for Steubenville Catholic Central, number 41, John Wintz.
Here it is on a replay, bad snap. Polshaw fields the ball very well. Good baseball player, has good hands, fielded the ball well, got off a nice punt. Right here it's fielded cleanly by Cadiz Cardinal. McKeever trying to get to the outside, and good penetration right there by number 41 from Central. That's
John Winch,
John
I think.
Winch.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Good field position inside Crusader territory. McConaughey back to pass. Looks across the middle. He has a man open inside the 30. Still on his feet. All the way down to the 22-yard line is wideout number 10.
Mark Thompson.
Mark Thompson.
That time tipped in the inside receiver, ran a flat route. And the outside receiver ran a curl about 12 to 15. Inside linebacker needs to get a drop and get in front of that curl. But a good pass, good catch, good run. And Cadiz is in good position right here inside Central's 25.
Coach, really like the way McConaughey throws that football. Big league arm.
Sure does. He's got a good, strong arm.
22-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals. Christian spinning down inside the 20, down at the 17-yard line. A gain of about 4 on the play. We'll call it 2nd down and 6.
And Anthony Yanni, the safety, has to come up, make the hit. Good blocking at the point of attack. Good turnout block right there. And here's Anthony Yanni. Ball or nose right on the numbers. Makes a good, strong hit, but a good gain of about 4 puts him in a 2nd and 6 situation.
7:44 to go. 3rd quarter action. Cadiz Cardinals driving. Quick pitch, Christian. He bounces to the outside, flag on the play. He's bottled up at the 20-yard line.
I tell you, real good job by Kenny Richardson that time. He came from his corner linebacker position, forced the play real quickly to move inside. When it did, that enabled that Central pursuit to catch up from inside out, and we've got a holding call against Cadiz. Pitch sweep. Good penetration by Richardson, forces Christian to turn inside. Anthony Yanni comes up from his free safety position, forces very, very quickly, and throws Christian for a loss. Holding call against Cadiz, 10-yard penalty. Going to bring up 2nd and about 17.
7:30 to go, 3rd quarter action. WTOV 9, high school football game of the week, playoff edition. Bill Phillips along with the coach, Rich Walensky. 2nd down and 16 for the Cadiz Cardinals inside Crusader territory. McConaughey looks for the end zone, has Namath there, but he overshoots his man, and it falls incomplete.
I'll tell you, Dave Stanwyck made good penetration, forced McConaughey to release the ball early, and Stanwyck was right in his face as he threw the ball right here. Here he is, couple fakes right there. Ball's delivered, trying to hit the tight end down on a deep corner route, with good coverage by that Central secondary. That was number 23 for Central, Mike Gibson, in coverage.
So it remains 16 yards to go for a 1st down for the Cardinals. 3rd down. Krager coming on a blitz. He's picked up. McConaughey sets up the screen to Christian, and he overshoots his man. Right there, Bob Mascalino for the Crusaders. I don't think it would have gone for much. A good defensive play. A nice blitz. It's picked up well by the Cardinals, coach, but the Crusaders had it covered.
Trying to set up a screen to the left here. McConaughey makes his drop. Keeps dropping back, trying to suck in that Central defense. Stanwyck is there. Mascalino does a good job of covering it, and there wasn't really much room to run right there, even if they had completed it. It's going to force Cadiz to punt or look for a fake punt.
Tipton back in punt formation, and he takes his time. Little pooch punt. Rolls out of bounds at about the 11-yard line. Right now, we're going to take a timeout. 7:07 to go. 3rd quarter action on the WTOV 9 game of the week. St. John Medical Center scoreboard, Catholic Central 7, Cadiz 7. We'll be right back. Ohio, Bill Phillips and Rich Walensky with you on the WTOV9 Game of the Week. Cadiz Cardinals and Crusaders, and we have a fumble on the snap. Ball's loose, and it looks like well, we got a second down indication. The Cardinals were indicating that they had it, but Coach, the Crusaders dodged a big bullet on that one.
I'll tell you, that was a big dodge right there, because they're on their own 10-yard line, and bad exchange between the center and the quarterback. And I'll tell you, Central is just making too many errors here at the beginning of the second half. Defense is keeping them in the ball game so far, but they've got to get something together here to get out of the shadow of their own goalpost with a 2nd and 10 from their own 11-yard line.
Second down and 11 for the Crusaders. Straight ahead dive.
They're in their short yardage offense, Bill, double tight end with the wishbone formation. Coolin and Gibson coming back in. I'm sure they'll go to their double wideouts now. But here it is. They're just trying to get some running room, leading with both backs, trying to get people turned out and get a little breathing room down there. And they were able to power it up for about a gain of 3 or 4, so it's going to put them in about a 3rd and 6 situation.
Anthony Yawney on the carry. Capacity here at Patterson Stadium, East Liverpool, 7,200. We've got at least that. A great crowd on hand for a great ball game. Marcino back to pass, and he is buried by David Namath, the defensive end. What a shot, and a big loss for the Crusaders as Namath came pouring in from his left defensive end position.
Well, I'll tell you, somebody messed up here. Somebody didn't turn out or fan. Here he is right here. He's going for the fake, and I'll tell you, he comes between 2 blockers untouched and just levels Marcino at about the 9-yard line.
Check your feelings on that one.
Whew.
Paulshaw in his end zone again to punt. 2nd time in a row for the Crusaders. Snap is good, and he gets it away.
Short punt.
Short kick off the side of his foot. Bounces at the 25-yard line, and will be downed at the 29. So the Cadiz Cardinals pick up another 15 yards.
Well, I'll tell you, and they've been in good field position on their last possession and this possession, but holding call turned them away from a possible score on their last possession, and we'll see if they can get something together here. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him throw on 1st down right here and see if they come back out in that shotgun formation like they did the last time.
4:48 to go, 3rd quarter action, all knotted up at 7 apiece. Tipped and split right side. Handoff goes to Christian. Dives over the tackle for a short game, maybe 2 on the play.
Dave Stanwyck coming off of his block from the right side. Here it is right here. He's just standing everybody up in a hole, comes off his block and comes down to Christian, holds him to a very short gain of about 1. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9.
Dave Stanwyck named Division IV Eastern District or All-Ohio team this week, and a name we haven't heard too much tonight. The Cardinals have control of McConaughey. Back to pass, looks to the corner of the end zone. He has McKeever there, and it's off his fingertips.
It's McKeever running a deep corner route. Gibson on the coverage. We'll see it here from beginning to end. He's looking to his left, turns, stands tall in the pocket, good protection.
Nice
lofts
ball.
the ball. McKeever and Gibson going for the ball, and there it is, and just off his fingertips in the end zone. Possible touchdown goes as incomplete, 3rd and 9.
Nice ball. Nice ball thrown by Neil McConaughey.
That was the only,
he
put it in the only place that he was able to catch it, Bill. Good throw by McConaughey.
Slot formation. Handoff goes to Christian on 3rd down. Gets to the outside, turns the corner. Got a man to beat Gibson, and a nice open field tackle by Mike Gibson coming up quickly from his safety or corner position to make the tackle on the Cadiz Cardinal.
It's going to be short. There it is. It's designed to go off tackle. He doesn't see anything. He bounces it to the outside, beats the corner linebacker, Kenny Richardson, right here. Gibson has to come up from his defensive back position, take him out of bounds on about the 20. It's going to bring up 4th and less than 1.
Go double tight end here and look for the 1st down.
I'm sure.
Oh, and the crowd's getting into this one, Coach. Both sides of the field.
Double tight end, power on left.
McConaughey keeps, and it will be close.
He got a good spot. He's going to have the first down.
Left foot spot, he gets it. Right foot, he doesn't, right, Coach?
That's right. Head linesman will give him a left foot spot and give him the first down.
Oh, they're going to call the change.
You know, he's going to have it by about the length of the football, I would guess. And I emphasize guess. Chad McConaughey, big, tall guy. All he has to do is fall forward, but Central makes a nice surge right there and holds him close enough to that first down marker to require measurement.
I don't know.
Length of the football.
Coach, I want to know what your lottery number picks are for Wednesday night.
Oh, I amazed myself.
3:17 to go, third quarter. Cadiz 7, Central 7. Cadiz on drive inside the Central 20-yard line.
Official timeout.
Drop the beanbag. I think it was a beanbag.
Sure looked like it.
Oh, I think it's the marker that goes on the chain.
I tell you, Central has to make a big defensive stand here. Cadiz is on the 19-yard line. They're moving. They've been controlling the ball. They've had great field position for the whole second half.
It's almost a reversal of fortune from the first quarter.
That's right. That's why football was made to be played in two halves, Bill.
McConaughey back to pass on first down. He has Christian at the 5, and he fumbles the ball.
He recovered it.
He recovered it at the 1-yard line. And is it complete? An incomplete pass? If it's a completed pass, it'll be Cardinal football at the 1, and that's what they've ruled.
I'd like to see that, and we'll see if he did have possession on this. That's Christian coming out of the backfield. He finds a seam in that zone secondary. Ball is thrown right on the money. Ooh, I don't know if he had possession of that or not. Well, I tell you, that's questionable.
No instant replay in high school
football.
No,
there sure isn't. I'll tell you, this is a big defensive stand, a big offensive surge by Cadiz.
Power eye. Handoff, Christian. Touchdown, Cadiz Cardinals.
Power eye, short yardage situation. It's Christian over the left side. Gets hit about 2 yards from the goal line, but is able to twist himself in, fall over the goal line for the score. Makes it 13-7, favor of Cadiz.
Kernia to attempt the extra point. It is up long enough, and it is no good. Whoa, no good. The Cadiz Cardinals thought they had one. All the players signaled good, but the referee and the other officials were not buying. So with 2:40 to go, Cadiz jumps on top on an Ed Christian touchdown, 13-7. We're going to take a break on the St. John Medical Center scoreboard. Catholic Central trails it by 6. The Cardinals jump in front, 13-7.
Steubenville Catholic Central Crusaders for quality.
Okay, we're going to see the replay of that that pass to Christian that took the ball down to Central's 1-yard line. Real questionable call. Here it is. The ball is delivered right here. Is Kenny Richardson. Christian comes down with the ball, takes a hit. It's really hard to see here if he had control, but he gets hit right there. The ball is popped loose, and I'll tell you, it's a judgment call on the part of the official. Gibson had an opportunity to recover, but the ball popped right back to Christian. He's able to recover inside the 1-yard line, and that eventually led on the next play to Cadiz's score to go ahead 13-7.
Another squiver of a kick, bounces and goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line on the kickoff, and Central will have a decision to make whether or not they want to take the ball at the 30 or have the Cardinals kick again.
I think they're going to have them kick it again this time.
Coach, it looked like the back judge on that play was in pretty good position to see whether or not the ball was being controlled. He had 2 feet down before it popped loose.
But we can't see from this angle whether he was really bobbling the ball as it got to him or not, Bill. So, you know, I guess you got to defer to the judgment of the officials. They're down there, and there wasn't really a whole lot of complaining from the Central sideline on it either.
How close was Mike Gibson to a fumble recovery on that one?
I'll tell you, real close, just a gnat's eyelash.
2:40 to go, third quarter action. They will make the Cadiz Cardinals kick it again. They'll push him back to the 35-yard line, so the 5-yard procedure penalty goes against the Cardinals, and they'll have to kick it one more time.
I don't know if Ben Bomboris is kicking the ball like that on purpose or whether he's just missing it, but that's twice in a row now. It's squibbed off the side of his foot and has gone out of bounds on the Cadiz sideline.
He's kicking it the old-fashioned straight-ahead style, and I don't know if he has that style shoe on or not.
I think it looks like he has just a regular shoe. Maybe he's just not hitting it square.
Got a good kick that time. Kenny Richardson at the 20-yard line, across the 30, 35 on his feet out to the 37-yard line. So a good call by the Central coaches.
Right.
They pick up 7 yards on the kick.
They got 7 yards on a kick, and you know, they're in pretty good field position here. Central has been in this situation a lot of times where they've had to come from behind. This is nothing new to them. So we'll see if they can put together some kind of a drive right here. It's real important for them to make positive yardage, put some first downs together, and try to get across that 50-yard marker into Cadiz territory.
2:20 to go. Third quarter action. Manilak on the carry, still on his feet. Stretches ahead for about 3 on the play. Tom Hillegas coming up off the bottom of the pile. He's played a good defensive ball game, Coach.
Sure has. Okay, here it is, blast play, double down and a kick out. Good penetration by Bomboris. Again, he's in there real quick, forces Manilak to get to the outside. The rest of that pursuit catches up. Central's got to either get the ball in the air or get the ball on the perimeter. They're going to have to do something. They've had no success running outside.
Quick pitch, Manilak bouncing to the outside, and good pursuit by the Cadiz Cardinals.
It's number 89, Dave Namath, big defensive end for Cadiz, fought off the block of the tight end, strung it out, held it to no gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 8.
Play that the Crusaders used against Martins Ferry early in the year.
That was a real good play for them last week against Crestview also, but this Cadiz defense running to the ball real well. Looks like Cadiz may have the edge in quickness on Central's offense here.
Play that they used, they had Gibson come in motion the other way, and they ran a little reverse off of a similar play. Marcino back to pass on 3rd down, and it goes incomplete, and that will bring up 4th down with 1:03 to go in the 3rd quarter.
I'll tell you what Central has to do is look for their inside receiver. Marcino is continually looking for Coolant on that out pattern. They've taken that away. Now what they're going to have to start doing is looking for that inside receiver running a curl route about maybe 10 to 12 yards deep. And I think they'll find him open because they're really paying an awful lot of attention to Mike Coolant, split end for Catholic Central. Forces Central into another punting situation. They don't have a first down this half.
Pull shot, a kick. End over end kick, come down. Chris McKeever will take it at the 40-yard line, 30-yard line, and he'll be taken down at the 37. We have a flag on the play. Looks like we might have a
block in the back, maybe.
Clip, illegal use of the hands. We'll have to wait and see.
I'll tell you, if it is, it's going to be a big one, and that's going to help Central an awful lot because Cadiz has pretty good field position right here on the 36. Here it is, holding.
Holding against the Cardinals. .53 seconds to go, 3rd quarter action. Bill Phillips and Rich Walensky along with you on the WTOV9 High School Football Game of the Week. Our second game this week, Friday night, we brought you Big Red against West Branch. 7-6 win for Big Red. Tonight, the Cadiz Cardinals and the Steubenville Central Crusaders. And it's a great ball game. Cadiz on top by 6 right now, 13-7. Just jumped ahead a moments ago on an Ed Christian 1-yard plunge. Tipton split left side for the Cardinals. Handoff goes to Christian. He tries to bounce to the outside. Good pursuit by the Crusaders as they force Christian out of bounds after a short gain.
Good job by the right side of Central's defense. Defensive line there, Treglia and Steve Marshall did a good job. Forced Christian to bounce to the outside. Galtier, inside linebacker, was able to come over and put the hit on Christian, held him to a gain of about 3. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7. See if they go upstairs. They got twins.
Tipton split in the slot along with Mark Thompson, left side. Little delay. Goes to Christian. Good, strong run inside by the halfback. He stretches forward out across the 45-yard line. Or, excuse me, the 35-yard line.
Christian on a blast play over the right side. Doesn't see anything. Makes a little move to his right. Finds a little bit of running room right there. Fights off a tackle by Brian Krager and is able to power it up near the first down marker. They're going to be short by about a yard, 3rd and 1. And I think that'll be the end of this quarter.
Indeed it is, Coach. After 3 quarters of play, the Cadiz Cardinals find themselves on top on the St. John Medical Center scoreboard by a score of 13-7. We'll be right back with the final quarter of play right after this. 1971, the Steubenville Catholic Central football team went on a mission. A team stocked full of talented players ready to prove their skills. This Tom Corab team led by All-Ohio lineman Dave Moitis, running back Mike Mahalik, and a defense that would yield only 4 touchdowns all year. They raced through the season undefeated and captured the AP and UPI Ohio AA state title. The 1971 Crusaders, the dream team that will live on forever. 12 minutes to go, and it's been a fantastic game. A big play in this game, maybe the missed extra point by Cadiz on their 2nd touchdown. If Catholic Central can punch one in when they get the ball back, that could be the difference in the game.
And I'll tell you, the way the Cadiz defense is playing right now, that's an awful big if, Bill. Central has not been successful at all in the second half moving the football offensively. Cadiz has taken their running game away from them. They haven't completed a pass in this half, and I don't think they have a first down in this half. So, you know, this 4th quarter becomes very, very important, and it's real important for Central right here not to let Cadiz march the length of the field or put anything together. They're going to need all the time on the clock that they can possibly have.
3rd and short for the Cardinals, power I formation. Your tailback is Ed Christian. Handoff goes to the fullback, and I don't think he made it. I think the Crusaders came up with a big stop. There was a good surge by the defensive line.
I tell you,
and
I don't think he made it.
Got turned back.
I think he did. The way the official is spotting the ball, I don't think he made it. And that's going to put Cadiz in a punting situation. Real good job by the right side of that Central defense. And also the 2 inside linebackers did a good job. Here's Mascalino making good penetration. Forces him to move to the outside a little bit. The corner comes up and does a real good job of holding Kernia to a real short gain, short of the first down marker. Forces Cadiz into a punt situation.
Good stand. Rushes on. The kick is away. End over end kick. Orlando comes up and fields it. Whoa, and I'll tell you what, that ball was bouncing around a little bit.
I tell you, he was lucky to hold on to that because Cadiz had real good coverage on that special team. That was Nash Coleman, number 14, coming down real quick. I'll tell you, that was a dangerous play by Orlando. He takes it on a run right here. Fields it down around his hips. Ball almost pops out. Whew. Man, that was spooky.
Real close. Real close. I'll tell you what, over 7,000 fans on their feet, and there's the reverse to Gibson. He gets a lane to run, bounces to the outside, and he'll be close to a first down. And we have a flag on the play late. Chris McKeever making the tackle. We may have a late hit, which would tack on another 15.
I'll tell you, that was a good call on first down. They come with a little gadget play, a flanker reverse, and we'll see what the penalty is right here. Dead ball foul, personal foul against Cadiz. Going to tack 15 onto that.
That was that play I was talking about just a few moments ago. Run that little reverse with Gibson. They did it against Martin Ferry.
That's right. Little fake off the option right there. It's a flanker coming around. Gets a good block from Bobby Mascalino right there. McKeever does a good job. And there is the late hit right there.
They ran that play closer to the goal line against Martins Ferry, and it went for a touchdown. They've had some success with that. Polshaw checks in. Gibson will check out with 10:40 to go. The Crusaders inside Cadiz territory at the 32-yard line, and that Cadiz Cardinal defense that hadn't allowed a first down in the 3rd quarter is going to be tested right here.
Well, I tell you, the offensive line of Central has to start coming off the ball and start controlling the line of scrimmage. And I'll tell you, they came off the ball there about 2 counts too early. That was number 21 for Central, lined up as a tight end. That's Steve Marshall. And the quarterback's not even under the center yet.
Wow.
Come on, Steve, hold your water. Hold your water, Steve. Don't be in a big hurry.
10:23 to go. WTOV 9 high school football. Game of the week, playoff edition. Slot formation right. Manilak in a wing formation. Richardson lone back in the backfield for the Crusaders on 1st and 15. Inside handoff goes to Richardson. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage and will bring up 2nd down and 10 with 9:58 to go.
Good surge that time by the Central offensive line over the left side. Good kick out block by Mascalino. Little trap right there. Gives Kenny a little bit of running room inside. He's able to get 5. He's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Clock rolling, 9:40 now. 2nd down and 11. Ball spotted on the 34-yard line. They go with the slot formation again left. Gibson breaks it and comes in motion. Marcino goes back to pass and he falls down.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, Central is just self-destructing here. They got a great opportunity right here with the reverse and then a 15-yard penalty. Now a motion penalty and a quarterback slipping as he's getting away from the center. Just slips on that soft turf again.
9:08 to go, clock running. Are we in 4-down territory yet for the Crusaders?
Well, I'll tell you, that it all depends on what they're able to get on 3rd down right here, Bill. If they can get it down near the 30-yard line, I think that they'll probably go for it on 4th down.
Polshaw and Coolin will split to the right side. Manilak will line up as a wing. Richardson, the lone tailback. Now he's out of the, they're going to put the ball up in the air unless they're running some type of reverse and we have a flag on the play.
Delay of game.
Delayed. Oh, man, does that hurt? The Crusaders just having a tough time. They pick up a break getting the personal foul, getting good field position. They have the motion penalty. Then Marcino falls down, and now the delay of game.
All right, here we go, 3rd and half a mile.
3rd and 20 on the 43. Crusaders looking to pass. Marcino going for the corner to Gibson. He's there, and it's knocked away at the last moment by Tipton. Great defensive coverage on the play.
And I'll tell you, Gibson had a step on him. Ball was thrown pretty well, but Gibson closed the gap real quick and was able to knock it away. Little play action here. Holds those linebackers. Marcino throws a good ball right here. Gibson running a deep flag route. Here it is. And good defensive play by Lee Tipton.
Good camera work on that to show you exactly where the ball was, where it was coming down, and how Tipton got there. Polshaw in the punt with 8:33 to go.
Need a good kick right here.
McKeever and Tipton back, and it looked like it may have been partially blocked. Great hop for the Crusaders, and it'll pin the Cadiz Cardinals back at their own 5-yard line. So with 8:22 to go in the ball game, the Cadiz Cardinals still lead it on the St. John Medical Center scoreboard, 13-7, but they're pinned deep inside their own territory at their own 5. Playoff edition high school football game of the week. 8:10 to go.
Cadiz in a short yardage offense, power I double tight end.
Quick pitch to Christian, dangerous in the end zone. Christian gets a hole and a little seam, and he gets out across the 10. Coach, I do not know if I want to pitch the ball into the end zone when you're up 6.
Well, I tell you, they've got a lot of confidence in that play, a lot of confidence in Christian. Both guards pulling, both backs leading. Got to get a much quicker force by the corner here. I'll tell you, number 19 came up in real good shape. That's Chipano, but forced it inside. Pursuit was a little slow to catch up with it. Got a good gain of 5, brings up 2nd and 5.
Still in the power I formation are the Cardinals. Long count at the line. They get the play off in time. Christian spins back inside, and he'll be close to the 15-yard line, about 1.5 to a yard short of a 1st down. Clock rolling to 7:10 to go in the game.
Central has to really get tough right here on 3rd down. They were able to hold on the last series, and they've got to hold here on 3rd down and force Cadiz into a punt.
The winner of this game moves on to the state semifinals. 6:52 to go. Fourth quarter action. Power I formation. 3rd and short for the Cardinals. McConaughey keeps, and it looks like he has plenty. Big first down. That'll keep the clock moving once they set the chains.
Good surge by the offensive line from Cadiz. McConaughey was able to power his way forward for the first down. Now they punched themselves away from their goal line a little more.
The winner of this game goes on to the state semifinals. Coach, in your opinion, are either of these teams good enough to compete with the other teams in this state?
I think either one of these teams is more than adequate to compete with anybody in the state in their own division.
So we could be looking at one of the state title winners.
Question in my mind. No doubt about it. We had a dead ball foul here.
I'll tell you what, if this was a championship game, no one would go home disappointed.
Well, that's for sure.
It's a fantastic football game.
That's a 5-yard penalty, a dead ball foul. Somebody lined up in a neutral zone offside against Cadiz, so they're going to move him back 5 more yards, going to put him in a 1st and 15 situation. And boy, as a coach, that's really a tough situation to be in, 1st and 15.
Marshall Strother checking into the ball game. He lines up in the power I formation. 6:15 to go, clock rolling. 1st and 15, ball on the Cardinal 14-yard line.
Long count by Cadiz.
Quick pitch. Christian, he bobbles the ball, but he gets control. Bounces to the outside, looks to turn it back, but a host of Crusaders are there, led by Dave Stanwyck and Ken Richardson.
I'll tell you, Christian took his eye off the ball momentarily to see how the blocking was developing. Almost lost it right here. It's a good pitch by McConaughey, nice dead ball pitch, but it screwed up the timing of the whole play right here, and good pursuit by the Central defense. They string it to the outside. Chapano comes from backside linebacker position, able to make the tackle along with Dave Stanwyck.
2nd and 14 coming up for the Cardinals.
You think they'll take the chance of putting the ball up, Bill?
Nope, not a chance. I think they're going to keep this on the ground, keep that clock moving inside 5 minutes. They'll punt the ball away and let their defense handle it. And we're both wrong. Pass goes incomplete. Intended receiver.
Ben Bomboris.
Bomboris, the tight end, covered on the play by Mike Gibson, number 23 for the Crusaders. The
Fake
element
off the blast
of surprise.
play. McConaughey delivers it. Good coverage by the defensive secondary. Mike Gibson in particular was in one-on-one coverage with Bomboris and was right there. The ball thrown wide.
I'll tell you what, Bomboris was the only one that was going to catch that ball. There was no chance of it being intercepted.
Absolutely.
5:14 to go. 3rd and 14 for the Cardinals at their own 15-yard line. Power I formation again. Quick pitch, Christian, near side. Chapano strings it out. And, oh, a big play. Christian still on his feet, but he's forced inside the 10-yard line. Give it to Chapano on that one, Coach. Number 19.
I hope we have this on a replay because Chapano does a great job of playing off the blocks. Doesn't give Christian any room to run. Here he is at the bottom of the screen, corner linebacker. Watch him right here. He takes on 1 blocker, 2 blockers, forces it outside, wraps up right here, trying to strip the ball away from Christian. Christian starts running toward his own goal line. And I tell you, they're in a bad situation right here.
Flag on the play. Punt is off. It is a good punt. Fair catch called for at the
got a flag on a play, Bill. We'll see what it is.
38-yard line. And that was a flag that came down as soon as the snap was made. And I'll tell you what, Chapano giving away 40 pounds to Ed Christian.
I'll tell you, tough kid. Comes from a long line of football players that have played at Central, plays with a lot of pride and heart, and you know, plays with a lot of that Catholic Central tradition, as Cadiz does as well. It's a penalty against Cadiz, and so Central's going to have a decision to make here, whether they're going to make him kick it over or take the ball right there inside the 40.
I think they'll take the ball.
I think they are too.
38-yard line. It'll be spotted at the 38.
They're going to decline the penalty.
Well, Coach, here's the situation. 4:28 to go in the ball game. Cadiz leads it by 6, 13-7.
I'll tell you, if Central's going to do anything, they have to do it now, because if they don't, they may not get the ball back again to try to do it again.
Ball spotted on the Cadiz 38-yard line. Their defense has been simply outstanding in the second half. They've been great all game long. Marcino looking to set up the screen to Richardson. He has it at the 40. Goes out of bounds at the 32-yard line. And a flag late. A flag very, very late on the play on the sideline. The Crusader coaches
Going to be a late hit.
were all over the official to throw the flag, and he did.
I tell you, credit the Central coaching staff with that penalty, because I think they talked the official into it. The side judge over here was right on the play. Cadiz did a good job of reacting to the screen. Here it is, dead ball foul. Okay, he came in with his helmet. That's what he's calling. He called a spear against Cadiz. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and let's see if we can pick it up here. Throwing the screen down here to the screen pass to the bottom of the screen to Kenny Richardson. He's got a couple of people out in front of him. Cadiz reacts well to it. There's the hit, and then boom.
Yep.
Good call by the official. He did come in with the helmet.
Number 55, Tom Hillegas, coming in with the helmet, and he is flagged for 15 yards, so the ball will be moved to the 20-yard line. 4:19 to go.
Central
First and 10.
Central has to rediscover their running game right here.
That's exactly what they do. Richardson, good hole, and he's tackled by Tipton at the 16-yard line. Cole also coming in and getting a piece of the tackle. The middle linebacker, Mike Cole, number 50, coming up and getting a piece of the action.
Right there, Richardson over right tackle. Lead block by Kenny Manilak. Forced it to bounce it to the outside, held it to a short gain of about 3. Going to bring up 2nd and 7.
3:48 to go. Cadiz on top by 6. The Crusaders driving deep inside Cardinal territory. Marcino back to pass, getting pressure. He turns it up, and he's taken down for a loss. Namath, Hillegas, and looked like Justin Ryder, number 58, came up and got a piece of the middle linebacker, Ryder indeed, and it looks like Ryder may be shaken up.
As the old saying goes, peel it and eat it or throw it away. Right there, Travis might have been better well served had he just thrown the ball out of bounds near a receiver for Central, because they took a loss on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8.
WTOV9's game of the week last night came down to the wire with Big Red winning it. The Crusaders and Cardinals coming down to the wire tonight. 3rd and 8 for the Crusaders. Little inside pitch to Manilak, and he's tripped up by David Namath. I don't even think he realized what he was doing, just kind of fell down, and he tripped up Manilak. He falls down, and it'll bring up 4th down and 8 for the Crusaders.
Little shovel pass right here. Here comes Manilak. Got a trap going. And I'll tell you, good penetration that time by Cadiz's defense. Forced that thing, and I'm sure that if that tackle wouldn't have been made right there, there was another Cadiz defender ready to take on Manilak.
Looks like we have a timeout on the field. And we do indeed, a timeout on the field with 2:51 to go. The Cardinals lead it by 6, but the Crusaders are on a drive deep inside Cardinal territory. We'll be back right after this. 51 to go. The Cadiz Cardinal fans hoping their defense can come over the stop. The situation, Cadiz on top by 6. 4th and 8 on the 17-yard line of Cadiz. Slot formation for the Crusaders. They need a first down. This could be the play of the game, the play for their season. Marcino rolling to his left. He has Richardson open. He'll be close to the first down. He has it. First down, Crusaders. Big league play by Travis Marcino, the quarterback, and Ken Richardson, the fullback, coming up with a first down play on the roll to the left, Coach.
Okay, they're running a counter, tailback counter right here. Richardson sneaks out into the flat. Coolin pushed off the defender. Good throw right here. Watch Richardson. He's going to get hit short of the first down marker. Boom! Runs right through a tackle and gets the first down. What a key big play for the Central offense. What a key call by the Central staff.
Nash Coleman with the tackle for the Cardinals. Oh, do we have a ball game?
Ball's on about the 7-yard line. Central threatening. I tell you, Cadiz has come up big twice on goal line stands in the first half. Let's see if they can do it again.
Everybody going to their feet in the stands. Over 7,000 here for this one. Handoff, Richardson inside the 5. A gutsy drive by the Steubenville Central Crusaders to tie this one up at 13.
Well, I'll tell you, what a surge by that Central offensive line. Look at this. Whoa, give credit to Stanwyck, Mascalino, Kreger, Galtier, Sweeney. Also give credit to the other two backs that were in there.
2:24 to go, the biggest extra point of his life. Mike Kuzakowski to give the Crusaders the lead. It's up, and it is good. The Crusaders take a 1-point lead with 2:24 to go. Jubilation on the sideline of the Crusaders, while the Cadiz fans, they get up and ready to go for the final 2:24 as their team looks to come back with one big drive to answer the Catholic Central score.
I tell you, the key play of that whole drive was the 4th down play. Bill, was 4th and 9. Central had to call a timeout, talk it over. Frank Spence, offensive coordinator, went out, made the call. It was a fake off the tailback counter. They had Richardson in a flat. He was able to get the first down to the 7-yard line. And then on first down, Richardson from the left halfback position powered it in over the right side for the touchdown that tied the score. Kuzakowski makes the kick for the go-ahead point. It's 14-13. Here it is, good snap, good placement. Ball is true right down the middle, no doubt about it.
Coach, I'll tell you what, they played one heck of a football game in Tallahassee, Florida today, but it can't compare to this one. This is even better.
Absolutely.
This has been a fantastic high school football game. The Cadiz Cardinals and Steubenville Central Crusaders have played a classic here in the regional final in East Liverpool. And it is far from over with 2:24.
Kuzakowski's going to kick. He's their placement kicker. We're going to see some kind of a line drive kick to keep it away from Christian.
Interesting kick. Cardinals have to get on top of it, and they do. Thompson coming up with it. Mark Thompson at the 35-yard line. Good field position for the Cardinals with 2:24 to go.
Great field position at the 35. They're in real good shape.
And they've got a big league arm in Neil McConaughey, and we saw it at the end of the first half when he hit Tipton for the big touchdown that tied it up going in at the half.
Central has to be real careful here. Tipton's got great speed lined up to the outside. Shotgun formation.
Key here for the Cardinals not to panic. Flags all over the place. It looks like we had a motion. I think someone jumped.
I think you're absolutely right, Bill. Somebody on the Cadiz side came a little bit too soon. It's going to be a dead ball foul, 5-yard penalty, illegal procedure.
It doesn't get any better than this. I know that's a cliche, Coach, but it's the only way I can describe this football game. It's been fantastic.
Bill, I'll tell you something. There is nothing greater to watch or to be involved in than high school football. These kids give their all. They're not pros. They're not scholarship players. They're just out there giving everything that they have. Another 5-yard penalty against Cadiz. We got two people moving at the same time. Cadiz starting to self-destruct here.
And with 2:10 now, they're losing time off of the clock. And head coach Chuck Pizzari calling a good timeout. I think his Cardinals may have been a little bit shaken up after that touchdown. And they have had a tough time getting their first two plays from scrimmage off. With 2:10 to go, a timeout for the Cardinals. And the head coach comes out to talk. And what do you think? What do you tell your kids when you're in the huddle in this situation? Do you go over strategy, or you just talk about, hey, let's relax, we can do this, we've done it before, we can make that play that's going to be the difference? Or does he go in there and talk about the plays they're going to use, or does he just try to get them to relax a little bit and calm down?
I think he's going to do both things. I think he's going to try to get them calmed down, and I think he's also going to talk about strategy. They're in a shotgun formation, and the play that they scored in the first half on the inside-out route to Tipton, you know, I look for them to come back to that because Tipton was wide open on it. We haven't seen it, but you know, they're going to be in a shotgun formation again, and I think pretty much that's what Coach Pizzari is telling them.
And what's Coach Bain telling his defense?
Okay, he's going to tell them, guys, listen, first downs are not going to beat us. We got a little more than 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. Don't let these guys get out of bounds. Make them use their timeouts. Don't get beat deep, and let's get some pressure on the quarterback with our front four.
Coach Bain had to hustle off to the sideline, or be involved in the play. Chapano from the blind side. He takes down McConaughey. A big loss, and all of a sudden it's going to be second down and a mile.
And I'll tell you, as long as Cadiz keeps on giving them that formation, that's going to free that corner linebacker from Central to come on a corner blitz.
Second down and long. McConaughey goes down the sideline for Tipton. He makes the catch, but he's knocked out of bounds, and the ball comes loose. A big hit applied by the Cardinals. Aaron Talencic.
I'll tell you, it would have been a great catch by Tipton. He had to get turned around, go up for the ball, and when he puts his arms up and exposes his body, Talencic is there and puts on a gigantic hit on Tipton to shake him loose from the ball.
1:46 to go in the ball game. McConaughey back to pass. He's got Christian down the center of the field, and he overshoots the intended receiver.
Trying to come with a similar pattern that they hit Christian with that set up their go-ahead touchdown. Christian circling out of the backfield, coming straight down the field, trying to get in the seam between the safety and the defensive back. The ball is overthrown. Gibson does a good job staying in the middle of the field along with Yanni. Good coverage all the way, brings up fourth down. And this is the last chance that Cadiz will have in this football game.
Cadiz Cardinals season on the line with 1:41 to go. Neil McConaughey in a shotgun formation. 4th and 30. Blitz is on. McConaughey's taken down. A fumble on the play. Ball's loose. It's in the end zone. Chapano has it, and it is being downed inside, but that is the ball game. The Crusaders will come up a winner tonight in East Liverpool as they beat the Cadiz Cardinals 14-13. Still 1:27 to go in the game, but this one, for all intents and purposes, locked up. The Crusaders will advance.
I'll tell you, and that's a situation where as a defensive lineman, you love to be in. It's fourth down. It's over 30 yards to go for a first down. You know they're going to throw. You just pin your ears back, and here they come. Boom. They just meet at the quarterback. Ball is shaken loose. Whoa.
We had a flag on the play, and I believe it was against the Cardinals.
No, it's against Central.
No, it is against Central. Whoa.
I'll tell you, that's a big one.
I was
holding
holding
against Central.
I'll tell you what, I bought on Coach Bain's hook because he was standing there waving a decline the penalty for about 30 seconds, and I thought it was against the Cardinals, but indeed it goes against the Crusaders. A big play, defensive penalty wipes everything off, so the Cardinals have another shot at it, and all of a sudden it goes from 4th and 30 to 4th and 15, very makeable with McConaughey and the receiver.
That's right. A deep curl route, a deep in route, a deep out route. They have a lot of options right here. And now it forces the Central defensive secondary to play a little bit tighter.
And everything I just said about the Crusaders having this one locked up,
whew,
I got to hold on to that for a little bit because these Cadiz Cardinals have an opportunity to make a big play right here on 4th down.
And they're gonna bring their two best receivers, set them out here in the Twins formation. That's number 8, Chris McKeever, and number 40, Lee Tipton. They're going to be set as twins out to the left. And Central has to be careful that they don't let anybody deep behind them. And from my vantage point, I can't see the scoreboard, Bill. How much time is there left?
We've got 1:27 to go, Coach. 4th and 15, ball spotted on the Cardinal 31-yard line.
Central needs to move another defender over toward their twins.
Shotgun formation. McConaughey setting up the screen. The Tipton, no blockers. He'll be short of the first down. And this time, the Crusaders have officially stopped the Cardinal drive.
No flags.
Good play call.
Yes,
I like the play call.
I do too.
It was the defensive linemen were smart enough to hold their positions long enough that didn't let it quite develop enough to pick up the first down.
Tipton's McConaughey's depth was a giveaway to the Central defensive lineman because he kept on dropping and dropping and dropping without any real heat, so someone was able to just hold back. Linebackers did not get their deep drops, were in good position to make the hit.
Defensive end Brian Treglia on the coverage, and a handoff.
No handoff. That
No
was
hand, it
just a quarterback
Marcino.
sneak.
I was looking for Marcino. I didn't see him. It was a sneak.
I tell you, got a first down.
Now, here's a question for you, Coach. I like the screen because if it works, Tipton's got blockers out in front. He might run forever. But a question someone might ask is, shouldn't they throw the ball at least past the down and distance markers?
Well, I'll tell you, it's a crapshoot. You know, you're anticipating that the defense is going to make the big rush. It's going to give them a little bit of running room. You know, once they complete the pass. I'll tell you the truth. I like the call. I like the call.
48 seconds to go. The Cadiz Cardinal faithful starting to file out. But I'll tell you what, they have nothing to hang their heads about. A fantastic ball game. They'll come up a point short tonight, but they had a fantastic season. They'll finish 9-3. The Crusaders will pick up their 10th win of the season, improve to 10-2, and more importantly, they'll advance into the semifinals of the state playoffs.
I'll tell you, Cadiz has played a good game. The second half, especially through 3.5 quarters, they played outstanding defense. They were able to hold Central at bay. Their kicking game was excellent. They had Central pinned back in poor field position. Central wasn't able to do much with the ball. But Central has been in this position so many times, Bill, having to come from behind, that they just knew what they had to do. They regrouped in the fourth quarter and were able to take the ball down on a big play on 4th and 9, convert the first down to about the 7. Then on the next play, Richardson powers it in for the score.
And they went to their money man.
That's
Ken
right.
Richardson is their money man, and he did the job tonight. Marcino on that 4th down situation rolled to his left. Richardson found himself open in the flat. Marcino hit him, and he was short of the first down, and he powered through a tackler.
They're going to put some additional time on the clock. I think they're signaling 52 seconds. They went back on the clock, or I'm sorry, 42 seconds. So we have a little delay here.
A happy Crusader sideline.
Just going to delay the inevitable. And I'll tell you, this is something that no Catholic Central team has done in history. They've been in the playoffs before. They lost at this level a couple of years ago to Fredericktown. So this is the first time that a Catholic Central football team is going to enjoy a regional championship. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy than Greg Bain.
He has done a fantastic job. A lot of pressure first year as the head coach. Marcino with a little play action. He's got room to run.
Stay in bounds.
He's forced out of bounds. The clock will stop. Coach, about 20 years ago, the Steubenville Central Crusaders had a pretty good team. I think you were a part of that, weren't you? I think they were
20 years ago, Bill?
20 years ago?
20 years
I think
ago?
it was 20 years
No,
ago.
it wasn't quite 20 years ago. We go back 20 years, it would be 1971. No, it wasn't 20 years ago. Are you talking about the year we played Cadiz?
No. I'm talking about the year that
Oh,
the
okay.
Crusaders
All
won
right.
everything.
Okay, that was in 1971. I was not part of that. That was,
I
that
thought-
was
okay.
Tom Korab.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
A
thought
lot of
you
those
were.
guys I saw here tonight that were on that team. Mike Mahalik, Mr. Tuttle is here tonight also, and a lot of those guys that played on that 71 team were here to root on the Crusaders from this year.
Marcino keeps it on the ground, just sneaks it ahead. AP and UPI state title holders.
Number 1.
1971 undefeated season, and they had a fantastic year that year, and this year it just gets better. And Greg Bain is ecstatic. I mean, the first year comes in to a situation. I mean, it was a good situation, a lot of talent on this team, but to make it work, and he did.
You got to pull, you got to pull everybody together. You look at some of these kids from Central and from Cadiz as well. Central doesn't have a whole great amount of size, but as in so many years past, they play with a great deal of heart and a great deal of tradition. And but getting back to Cadiz, they've played a great football. This has been a great football team played by two great football. This has been a great football game played by two great football teams. And I wouldn't be ashamed to have either one of these teams represent this area and this region in the semifinal, and I'm sure it'll be against Warren JFK. And I'll tell you, that'll be a whale of a ball game next week. And if it happened to be Cadiz, if luck would have been on their side a little bit, if they would have been able to convert the extra point, might very well be Cadiz playing Warren JFK next week. Good football game.
Want to let everyone know that I'm sure John Ziegler, all the other OVAC teams that are still in the playoffs, and Crusader faithful count it down. they will advance to the semifinals. The Steubenville Central Crusaders with a huge win in the regional final over a great Cadiz Cardinal Ball Club. A fantastic game here in East Liverpool. Our final score on the St. John Medical Center scoreboard, Catholic Central 14, Cadiz 13. We'll be right back after this. So just got the hug of my life from head coach Greg Bain. Coach, I'll tell you what, a fantastic ball game. Credit to both teams, but the Crusaders, it seems all year they've come up with a big play when they needed it.
Well, our kids showed an awful lot of character tonight, and Cadiz High School is a great football team, and it was a great high school football game. We were saying before the game, there's no better game around in high school football, and you've seen high school football game playing at its finest. And again, it's a shame somebody had to lose, but we didn't, and we're very happy, especially for our seniors.
4th and 9 on that play, little play in the flat pass to Richardson. What were you thinking on the sideline? What are we going to call? Was that the play you knew that was going to work?
We weren't sure, and that was a good call on Coach Keaton and Coach Spence's part. And again, Travis made a tremendous read on that, was able to get it to Kenny, and he got us a couple extra down there.
It's been a long time since August. I remember when we did our preview and you said, hey, we're probably going to have a pretty good year, but I don't know how good we're going to be. You're going to the semifinal.
Well, we're very elated. We're happy for everybody, especially our seniors. And again, we just always told the kids, play as hard as you can for as long as you can, and we did that tonight.
Coach, congratulations. Good luck in the semis. All right, thank you. An elated Coach Greg Bain. Right now, we're going to wrap it up. A fantastic ball game. The Crusaders come up a winner tonight, 14-13 over the Cadiz Cardinals.